Hello, everybody. Well, we have a lot to go over this morning, so let's get to it. So, we all know what happened last week. And I got to tell you, I'm as human as everybody else. It's easy to say, Mr. Client, Miss Client, we're in phase two of this bull market. Two steps forward, one step back, two forward, one back. Well, I don't like it when we drop the way we just did last week. But I also believe there are a lot of indicators that the general trend is still with us. And by the way, one other thing, I understand the older you get, you think, I don't have time to recover. If this keeps going down, Greg, how will I get it back? If we believe this wasn't going to recover relatively quickly, we would be getting you out right now. But I'm going to make the case here that, again, the trend is with us. So, again, let's get to it. What's Donald Trump doing? He's ripping the Band Aid off. And I think the reason he's doing it is not because he wants to, he has to. We're running up against a debt wall, and we are seeing what's happening inside this country with our wealth production. And this problem goes back decades. And I think he wants to do it early in the administration for a couple of reasons. One, the interest on the debt is now over $1 trillion a year. And if we need to address it. The second reason is politically. He wants to get this behind him. And if he does it early, he can still point back and blame Biden for part of it, which, by the way, is legit. But you can also keep going back. Again, it's been a long time coming. And he wants us to go through the valley early before we come out the other side. So let's get to the specifics of what's going on here. All right, tariffs. I'm going to use some notes here because there's a lot to go over. Tariffs are a primary tool to address trade imbalances, not just for revenue, but to force currency adjustments and protect domestic industries. All right, where did that sentence come from? A guy named Stephen Mirren. Who's he? He's the guy who wrote this, A User's Guide to Restructuring the Global Trading System. Why do we care? This guy is on Trump's economic team. We are following the playbook of this user's guide to restructuring the global trading system almost step by step right now. How can you tell? And this is a lame-o chart, and I'm sorry to show it to you like this. But this is the tariff graph, country by country by country. Well, look at that straight line, that dot plot. It just goes, straight up, in the nice angle there. What did they do? How did they figure out this tariff thing? All they did was they took the trade deficit of each of these nations and divided it by the total exports to the United States and came up with a percentage. To say that there was a whole thought process, country by country, that we're going to do this grand plan, no. All this was an opening salvo, an opening gambit to start negotiations, country by country, to get trade more in balance. This wasn't meant as a final paper. This is the draft. And now they work on the details. What does Trump want to do? I think it's a carrot and a stick thing here. All right, we'll lower the tariffs if you bring some industries into the United States and start manufacturing here. That could be one way. We will lower tariffs if you stop manipulating your currency, which is what you guys are doing, but you guys aren't. It's the opening step. It's actually not a bad idea, but we're going to go through some pain as we do this. Step two, that's what I want to get to here. If you read Mirren's guidebook, what's he saying? We need to devalue the currency. Wait a minute. We've been talking about this for a long time. Why would you want to devalue the currency? Two reasons. One, it makes our imports more affordable to other countries. I get that. But it also helps pay down the debt. And this is one of the problems Trump has. The debt is killing us. So how do you pay off debts? Well, you can either default, he doesn't want to do that, or you devalue the currency, you take on the inflation, which is exactly what they're saying. We want a weaker dollar. We want Jerome Powell to lower interest rates. You've heard him say that. And we want to pay back this debt with an inflated currency. Well, what does that do for your investments in step two? We go from this to this. And that is what they're telling us is coming next. So while everybody's focused on the tariff piece and working through the dot plot country by country and, oh no, what's it going to do? They're already preparing for step number two. So what he's trying to do is two different things. He wants to bring manufacturing back. It's going to take a while to do that, obviously, to build factories, retrain people, educate. There's research. Can we do this? Yeah, Americans are really good at this. Can it be done faster than what many people think? Actually, I believe yes. But the second step of the currency, that's what's coming next. And then step three, get this. Also important to note is Trump's multi-phase plan. Remember, in step one of this thing, includes the gradual replacement of the internal revenue service with the external revenue service. He's talking about changing the whole financial structure. And this is what Scott Bessent, the Secretary of the Treasury, was talking about months ago. We need a global, remember the phrase, global trading system restructuring, a global financial restructuring. And is everybody having to adjust right now because of what Trump is doing? Absolutely. Did it need to be done? Yes. By the way, not just for us, but every other part of the world. Europe's drowning in debt. Asia's drowning in debt. He's just the one who's kicked this thing off. So what does it mean to you? In the short term, obviously some pain, but I'll close with this. Look how it went this week. The Dow, the S&P, the tech sector were all down double digits. Basically, we're down 1/3 of what they're down. Now, nobody wants to be down, but if you're down a lot less than those indexes, your chances of recovery are a lot better. Plus, it tells you something. If it were everybody going down together, it's total weakness across the board. Something was happening behind the scenes. While this dropped a lot, this dropped some, but that means some of this money was flowing to what we're in. So with that, can Trump pull this off over the next several months without any glitches? To answer that question and the risks involved in this strategy, I'm going to turn it over to Walt.